In a small town in Middle America, David had finally made it. He was now one of the most successful attorneys in the city. It was his wedding day, and the ballroom was filled with laughter and golden lights. But when the time came for the traditional parent-child dance, David stood in the center of the floor all alone. Tears streamed down his face. People whispered, wondering why his father wasn't there. The truth was much heavier than anyone imagined. 20 years ago, David's father worked in the coal mines. His back was permanently hunched, and his lungs were thick with black dust. After a devastating mining accident, doctors warned him, "If you go back down into those mines, you won't survive another month." But David was in his final year of law school, and the tuition deadline was only days away. Without telling a soul, his father checked himself out of the hospital and signed up for the most dangerous, double shifts available. He hid his pain and worked 18 hours a day in the dark, suffocating tunnels, just to ensure David's dream wouldn't die. The morning he handed David the final tuition check, there was a strange, haunting peace in his eyes. He squeezed David's hand and whispered, "Son, from now on, you'll never have to look up at anyone. You're free." That same evening, while David was at the bookstore buying his final law texts, the news came. His father's seat at the dinner table was empty. He had worked his very last shift, giving his final breath so that his son could finally walk into the light. At his wedding, David walked to the microphone and pulled a worn, laminated miner's ID card from his pocket. It was scratched and stained with coal dust. Through tears, he addressed the silent room. "Today, the world sees my success, my suit, and my title. But underneath this silk is my father's sweat and the black dust of the mines. He gave up his tomorrows so I could have my today. Dad, I finally won, but I lost you." There wasn't a dry eye in the room. They didn't just see a successful man, they saw the monumental sacrifice of a father's love.